Doesn't it?
It's
Doesn't
Monday
it?
night here. First Monday night game just passed. Of course, week one, all the games were Sunday. But tonight was the first big Monday night football matchup of the year, 2024. We had the San Francisco 49ers at home hosting the New York Jets. Big game, right? Build up. Brandon Ayuk got his money, got paid there in San Francisco. Of course, San Francisco, made it to the Super Bowl last year. Then on the other side of the field, Aaron Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers returning from an Achilles injury, 40 years old now. Back in his first game in almost 2 years, basically, as he played like 4 snaps last year.
How do you play, Joey?
Anyways, yeah, my takeaway from the game tonight, the Jets lost. The Jets got handled. The Niners pretty much, what I saw, Steven, was moving the ball however they wanted to. And keep in mind, C-Mac, Christian McCaffrey, was out.
Yep.
And his backup played very well. Jordan Mason, I believe his name is.
Yep.
Played very well, had over 100 yards, had a touchdown. He definitely played like he was trying to get the bag, you know what I mean? But my takeaway more, Steven, was the other side of the football. If I'm the Jets, and especially an Aaron Rodgers fan, I'm a little worried. He didn't particularly have a good game tonight. And I must say, the line wasn't the problem. The line was holding him up fine. He was only sacked 1 time a night. And he still has a strong arm and can make the throws. But here's what I saw, Steven. He just wasn't moving good. He was moving around like a 40-year-old quarterback. Whenever he was getting pressured or starting to feel steps, there was one time in the second quarter where he spun out. I think Bosa was chasing him down. And instead of making the throw, he hit like the receiver's feet or something, or wasn't even close. And then just when he kept going, there wasn't any speed. Rodgers used to be one of the better quarterbacks getting away from the blitz and the pressure just a few years back. Now, not so much. Not the case. So, normally I would say, if you want to say, oh, Joey, you're overreacting, it's week one. Yeah, but not when you're 40 years old coming off an Achilles injury. And I'm just saying they have a good roster in the Jets. Robert Saleh is a defensive coach. But I worry about that offense because the new quarterback has got to be mobile and got to be able to throw on the run. And this is one of the things Rodgers used to do very well. But I did see him struggle mightily tonight. And I don't know. I know it's week one, but I'm just saying.
You're
I'm not sure.
overreacting over here.
Okay.
Let's not get crazy with ourselves.
I don't know.
I'm somewhat in
He didn't
agreement
even
with
have
you.
200 yards, Steven.
I get you, but his first game back under real pressure. It's not a scrimmage. It's not a normal game. I think he's still tender on Achilles. It's the way he went out last year. It's it's a bit scary because it wasn't anything crazy.
Right.
It wasn't anything you're like, okay, yep, he tore something, he broke something. So for now, I'm gonna give him a game or two, but I can agree with what you're saying. I like you saying that because I agree with that wholeheartedly. But for the Niners standpoint, without CMC, I give them credit because I feel that's been their whole offense. So to see them win a game without CMC is very impressive, even if it's against the Jets or whatever it may be. Sticking on old quarterbacks that can't play, let's talk about my favorite topic, and that's Kirk Cousins, who came off another Achilles, but they want to give this man $140 million, $100 million guaranteed. Now do you see what I'm talking about, people? I said this was in Washington.
He's been calling.
I've been saying this for years in Minnesota. He's an NFL quarterback. I'm not taking anything away from him. But you put $140 million into this man after an Achilles. What are you thinking, Atlanta?
Kirk Cousins, that performance was embarrassing.
It wasn't that it wasn't that the line wasn't blocking. He was just making mistakes, Joey, that just were like, really, you're going to throw that like this? You're going to make that attempt? Like, you're a veteran quarterback who has been in this league for numerous years, for numerous teams and numerous situations, and you're still making these kind of throws. I heard all of it where he has Drake London, he has Bijan, Kyle Pitts, he has a new coach now. Everything is going to be different. No, it's the same old Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, and, Steven, against a team who has 2 new quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, who were both on different teams last year. Weren't sure who was going to start. Russell had the sore calf. They went with Justin Fields. He still got the W. I mean, I just don't know why they gave Kirk Cousins all that money, as Steven said. I mean, I just don't want to be on repeat here, but I'm done with Atlanta. I'm done with Kirk Cousins already. I know it's week one, but that's it. I don't know. I don't know, man.
You finally coming over to the...
I am. I've seen enough of Kirk Cousins.
You sure?
I have.
I don't want to hear this in week
it's
2
fool's
when
gold
he
every
throws
time,
like
man.
3 touchdowns.
It doesn't matter
4
if it's a big game.
Joey, I don't want to don't be telling me a different story when he throws 3 touchdowns next week.
I will not. I'm going to be consistent. I'm already calling for Penix. It's week 1, and I'm calling for Penix.
Alrighty, my friend. Alrighty. I'm glad finally he's always been Stephen,
You
I
got
think
playmakers over there, Atlanta. You beefed up your defense. What are we doing? 10 points on the season
That's
opener?
what they're doing.
Come on,
Losing
man.
to a Pittsburgh
It's a good way to
team.
get a new coach fired, man.
Exactly. Moving on to some other quarterbacks who surprised us in week one.
Okay.
How's Sam Darnold doing?
Oh, man.
It's week one. Let's not get ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
really. But, I mean, he had a very good performance for the Vikings. He are playing the Giants, even though I give their defense some credit. But, hey, 2 touchdowns. No picks, I think. No picks.
I think he maybe had one pick.
One pick, but
yeah,
hey,
he played a pretty clean game, but it was the New York Giants. I'll keep it brief talking about Sam Darnold because I want you to keep watching the show and not, scroll on to something else. Yeah, he played a good game, but he played the Giants, whoever's running that team looks like the dumbest person ever, giving Daniel Jones all this guaranteed money and then letting your best player go, Saquon Barkley, to a division rival Philadelphia Eagles. We saw what Saquon Barkley did in week 1 in Brazil.
Yes.
3 touchdowns, people, 2 on the ground, 1 receiving. That's all I got to say. Shake my head. But, hey, I'm happy for the ex-UFC Trojan quarterback, Darnold. He got a W, and we'll see if he can keep it up.
I'm more happy for Jetta. Talking about the Friday night game, about that Thursday game to open up the season with the
Super Bowl champs, the back-to-back champs, the Chiefs.
What do you think about the
Marvelous
Chiefs?
and Baltimore?
And Baltimore.
My honest assessment of that game, if it's possible, Mahomes is getting better. I mean, Steven, he looks more comfortable. His decision-making, he is just the 3 Super Bowls, the confidence. It's scary. Now he's got guys who can actually catch the football, and they can fly. Xavier Worthy, Rasheed Rice. These guys can fly, man. They still got Hollywood Brown, who's out on injury, but they're expected to get him back in a few weeks. It's scary, man. The three-peat opportunity for the Kansas City Chiefs is real. They still got Chris Jones, their leader on defense, and they got the young corners in the secondary. They played very well. A Baltimore team was hungry. Premier game Thursday night. Derrick Henry, the new Raven, he wanted to show out. Kansas City was able to hold him under 50 yards rushing, and they got the W. I know it was very close at the end and the controversial with Isaiah Likely, the tight end for the Ravens, whether his toe was in or out.
He was out, brother. He was out. Sorry.
Yeah, bottom line, we're moving along. It's week 1. The Chiefs got the win, and we're going to see who can dethrone the champs. But right now, they're rolling, man.
I think what you said about the defense.
And they're rolling hard.
The defense is what's really scary for Kansas City.
Yeah.
We know they're going to get some other people, Worthy, Pacheco's still young,
Yes.
trying to help out Mahomes. And Mahomes is just getting better. He just does great things every single year and just keeps continually getting better. I think what's scary is their defense is getting better. That was always a big problem for them going to their first Super Bowl against San Fran, where now you've seen like Chris Jones really come into himself, being that dominant defensive tackle, putting really a lot of pressure on Lamar. I know some people are going to say he was in the neutral zone, whatever. I just feel that Kansas City defensively is just getting better, and that's the scary part for them. It's just not only Mahomes, but their defense is just...
Yeah, it's a good point, Steven. It just creates less pressure on Mahomes, more of a team.
Exactly.
All of that. More time he can rest on the side while the defense is, doing their thing out there. So, Chiefs look good, man. And don't get me wrong, the Ravens do too. I just think they didn't pick up the W in week 1, but I have faith in Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh, one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. I think they're going to be just fine. And I still pick the Ravens to win that division this year.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think so. Okay.
Another quick mention, Caleb Williams, the number 1 overall pick, Chicago Bears.
Yeah. Let's talk about that game.
Just real quick, hey, he got a W in week 1. Look, all the rookie quarterbacks kind of struggled in week 1, and they're going to, right? You got to see formations and different schemes and defenses and whatnot. It's the hardest position in sports to play. But the biggest thing is to win the game, right? You play to win the game. That's what Caleb Williams did. He was able to lean on his defense and got a win in week 1. And the main thing is to galvanize that team behind you and become a young new leader. So shout out to him getting his first win.
Yeah, shout out to him too. Really surprised me they won the game. First, the quarterback I want to talk about is Will Levis. You killing me.
Don't like at all.
You are killing me over there. What were you doing trying to have him in the middle of the field trying to toss the ball out of the What were you doing, bro? I think Tennessee has a great defense, a top 5 defense in the league, and you have Will Levis over there trying to toss a pass out. Come on, people. No, but hey, all the rookies had a rough week, and I agree with you with Caleb Williams. But shout out to him for getting a quick week. But talking about Joey, who throws 42 passes as a rookie?
Bo Nix.
Come on, Peyton. Really? Sean Payton?
26 of 42, I think he was.
42
was his number.
for
42
rookie.
times for a rookie quarterback.
First game.
You said that. Yes.
I mean,
don't know what you're doing. Sean Payton's desperate. It's a desperate, right? It's a desperate move.
We were talking about this before, and maybe it's something how Bo Nix can learn from his mistakes, and that's why he threw so much or whatever. But as you saw, I don't think they even had a running game. They couldn't run the ball.
They did not. They were stuffing the run. I think Bo Nix also ran for 35 yards. And
he's the leading rusher.
Yeah, he was a leading rusher. So no running game there.
Yeah,
but, I don't care because I'm not a Sean Payton fan anyways.
Neither am I.
I didn't like the way he treated Russell Wilson last year, and I hope he loses every game. But, yeah, I agree with Steven. To make your rookie quarterback throw 42 times on the road in Seattle or get so loud the stadium actually shakes when they get loud in there, for real. And whatever, keep on losing Denver. I'm sorry for you Denver fans, but we'll see what happens. Not a good look, not a confidence builder for the young man.
42 times.
42 times.
My goodness.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I got for NFL.
I think
we got
so.
some nice matchups this week. Oh, by the way, I mean, my pick of the week last week in week 1 was the New Orleans Saints. Your boy made good on that. You saw him curb stomp the Carolina Panthers, who I've been saying is the worst team in the league. And, man, they made Derek Carr look like, Patrick Mahomes. He had some big numbers. And they won 47-10. That was my pick of the week. Before we get out of here, my pick for week 2. Week 2, I got the Houston Texans, a 6.5-point favorite at home, hosting who we just talked about, Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams. Steven, I just think it's too much to ask a rookie quarterback to go on the road into Houston and get the W. Now, Houston, one thing they've showed me since C.J. Stroud has been there is they consistently move the ball downfield and put up points. This is a team that puts up 27, 30, 35 points all the time. So I just think, it's a stretch to ask Caleb Williams to do that in his second professional game on the road. I don't care about the 6.5 points. Give them. I like the Texans this week. That's my pick.
I'm with you. I think that's a great pick, and we've talked about it before. I agree with you. Having them, what's the coach's name again?
For
Texans,
DeMeco Ryans.
DeMeco Ryans. There you go.
I
think having him as a coach, he's definitely going to plan for Caleb Williams and see his flaws and what they can expose.
Sure.
My game is ridiculously, the Cardinals are giving a point to the Rams. I would pick the Rams. I think that's a no-brainer for me.
Cards at home this week, huh?
I think
Division game?
I think so. I mean, I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but I don't think Kyler Murray can see over his offensive line. Maybe he would have seen Harrison Jr. wide open for that last touchdown. But
Harrison Jr.
Yeah, I think he had 1 catch, 4 yards.
Killed me, man. I lost my fantasy game week 1 by 2 points, Steven. It's because I had Marvin Harrison Jr. starting, and he had 1 catch for 4 yards. I lost by 2 points. Thanks a lot, Marvin Harrison Jr.
I don't think that was Harrison Jr. I think this is Kyler Murray. But nonetheless.
But that's your pick for this week?
I think the Rams. Take that money line.
Steven's bullish on the Rams, Joe. I might be talking me into it, man.
I know it's a division game, but I like the Rams. I like what they can do. I thought they played pretty good against Detroit.
Right.
Montgomery just ate
pushed
them up
that game
in
to
overtime.
OT, right?
Yeah.
And you don't see them starting the season 0-2, right?
I do not.
You might be right. Sean McVay's better than that.
Yes, he is.
All right.
I think that's all we got this week. What kind of just excited us for this week one
sure,
of NFL.
Man. Just nice to have NFL back, ladies and gentlemen.
Definitely. It is.
But hey, tell us who you like. Who's your pick this week? What do you like so far? Who's on the up? Who's on the decline? We always appreciate your questions and comments. And that's all we got this week.